Decepticons, attack!
Hey everyone, Soundwave here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Combiner Wars Bonecrusher, the final Constructicon in this series of remaster reviews before we can form the mighty Devastator. So let us take a look at the details here. He's caked in the same nice lime green plastic that the other 5 were made of. Got some nice silver there for the grill there. Got a Decepticon symbol there on the bucket. The treads have a lot of beautiful molded and sculpted detail. Got the back, nice grill. Got another nice grill there at the back, picked out in black. And we got the purple there for the canopy. And just like with Scavenger, he does have treads, but he also has rolling wheels, so he does roll pretty smoothly. And for size comparisons, here we have his Bayverse counterpart. Here we have 86 Prime. And 86 megs. I mean, concept art megs, not 86 megs. He's not out yet. 86 Megatron is not out yet. And now let's bring in the rest of the Constructicon crew. So we have Long Haul. We do have, and then here is Scrapper, Mixmaster, Hook, and Scavenger. And here are all of our Constructicon boys, and they look quite good together as a group here. So now let's get Bonecrusher here into his robot mode. To transform Bonecrusher into his robot mode, it's basically has a similar transformation to Scavenger. So what we're going to do first is take the bucket, fold it up, take the treads, just untab them here, and untab them like so, and they will just fold down. And take this section right here, fold it back, take this canopy, fold it up, and just crack this section like an egg. Take these side sections here and fold them out. Take this section right here and fold it up. That reveals his head. And just take this entire assembly and just accordion it in on that double hinge, and it will just lock together like so. And you do have a tab slot connection right here at the bottom, so make sure all of this is nice and plugged in. There you go. Then you're going to want to take the bucket and shift it down so that way it is flush against the chest. Fold down his arms. And now let's move on to the legs. Basically the same thing, basically the same transformation as Scavenger, where you extend them and flip out the feet. There we go. And then you just take the crotch and just tab the two halves together. And I will get into, and I will talk more about the problem with how his crotch transforms later on in the video. But there we have Bonecrusher in robot mode. And another blocky Constructicon bot. I really quite like him. And I can't say this enough, but I love the silver on these guys. Unfortunately, mine has a paint chip right there on the nose. But I do really like the silver paint on these guys. Like especially like the paint on the chest. This chest, Bonecrusher's chest, is beautifully painted with all this, with this nice purple, red, and silver, with the nice Decepticon symbol right there in the middle. There, got some nice silver and purple for the arms. Same detailed legs as Scavenger. On the back, pretty clean transformation, but before I get into articulation, let us turn our attention to the crotch region of Bonecrusher, because I do have my fair share of problems with it. It does not like to stay together. It does not like to stay together, like, whatsoever, because every time we'll try to pose him, it'll just do that. It'll just split. And I am really glad that the 86, well, I'm hoping it looks like the 86 Bonecrusher has fixed this issue, but I'm really glad. But if that's the case, I'm really glad that they did fix that issue. That just it gets annoying with his crotch falling apart like that when I try to pose him. Speaking of posability, the head's on the ball joint. Can wiggle it around. You can look up that far. You can't really look down. Head can do a full 360. Arms can rotate, do a full 360. They can move in and out. Due to transformation, they do have a butterfly joint. And they do have a slight bicep rotation. This have over 90 degrees of bend at it's a double jointed elbow due to transformation. And he does have elbow rotation, nothing at the wrists, nothing at the waist due to the way he transforms. Legs can move forward that far, backward that far, outward. He can do the full splits, and then his crotch likes to fall apart again, which is just annoying. And as far as the knees go, he does have thigh rotation, 90 degrees, a little less than 90 degrees of bend at knee rotation, and you just get pivot. It's basically the same posability as Scavenger, and on par with the rest of the Constructicon team there. And for accessories like Scavenger, I like to have him holding the missile pods, which again I will explain in part 7 why I like to have him holding the missile pods. But he does look quite good with the missile pod in hand. Now for size comparisons, here he is with 86 Prime. Here he is with his Bayverse counterpart there. Here he is with concept art Megatron. And now let's bring in the rest of his Constructicon brethren. Here we have Longhall. We have Mixmaster. We have Scrapper, Hook, and Scavenger right there. And they look quite good together. Nice to have the team all together here. They look so awesome. But now that we have reviewed all 6 Constructicons, let us form the mighty Devastator in part 7. Now to get Bonecrusher back into his vehicle mode, you're going to want to take the shovel here and fold it down. You want to take the arms, splay them out, and fold them in. You're going to want to fold this up and then just detach this torso section and split it. You take the head, fold it down, fold down the canopy, take the arms, and just join them together via a series of pegs. They will just peg together like that. And then take this section right here, clip it in, and that will just peg in like that to solidify it. Let me just fix this real quick. I keep knocking these guys over. Alright, so let us collapse the treads, fold in the feet, collapse, fold, and now this section can get a little tricky. So you're going to want to make sure that this section right here clips in, and then this right here tabs in, which can be a little finicky. And then you're just going to want to tap it in back here. Do the same for the other tread. Make sure this section clips in first. and tab this in. And tab it in like that. And there we have Bonecrusher back in vehicle mode. There we have Combiner Wars Bonecrusher. And he is a solid final entry into this series of remastered Constructicon reviews. And I cannot wait to put out the video where we combine all these boys together to form the mighty Devastator. And I cannot wait to see how these guys stack up with their 86 counterparts. It's just going to be such a blast. But yeah, aside from the crotch not staying together, he's a really good figure. So I will see you in the next video, where I will combine Devastator, and I will leave a link down to Bonecrusher's original review.